Good morning, dear teachers. I would like to call your attention to a typical conventional reading activity that we give in our classes. In almost all the course books, we come across reading passages and certain questions following it. These questions are generally called comprehension questions because they are meant to assess the comprehension of the students. I am going to remind you, or let us think together, the different things that we have to bear in mind while framing comprehension questions. Because if not planned carefully, if not written carefully, they would not bring in the desired outcomes. Let's read the text and let's try to answer the following questions. The text goes like this. Yesterday I saw the Palgish Flester Golining Bigrand the Brug. He seemed very changeable. So I did not jot to him, just deeple to him, twistly. Perhaps later he will besant candor and I'll be able to wrangle to him. I am sure that the text did not mean anything to you. This is a nonsensical text. But look at the questions. Even though it is nonsensical, these 5 questions that I am going to ask can be answered without much difficulty. What is the first question? The first question is, what was the Flester doing and where? The answer probably would be, the Flester was Golining. And where? Bigrand the Brug. What sort of a Flester was he? He was a Palgish Flester. Why did the writer decide not to jot to him? I did not jot to him. Yes. So the answer is, the writer did not jot to him because he seemed very changeable. How did she deeple? She deepled twistly. What did she hope would happen later? Perhaps later he will besant candor. Just pause this video for a second and think, why could we arrive at the answers even though we did not understand the text as such? One answer that I would give is, what were the students doing? Or when we ask these types of questions, what the students would do is, they would search for certain structures or words that would resemble the structure or word in the question. For example, look at this question, what was the Flester doing? So they would look for a corresponding word that would match doing. Here it is Golining. Okay. Without understanding the text, anybody can find a similar an answer to the question by looking at certain vocabulary or structures which would echo, or they would make clever guesses on what the answers are. Next one, what sort of a Flester was he? From the passage he would understand that Flester is someone, it's a name. So they would look in for a word that would qualify the name. Flester, Palgish. Okay, so if one knows how to contrive meaning, he can arrive at the right meaning, right answers. So what I mean to say is, instead of asking these types of questions, let us ask questions that would make students think before answering. Let them engage with the text. When a question is asked, let them revisit the text. Let them read it 1 or 2 or 3 times. and let them interpret the answers. Let them find the answers and come up with their own version of the answers. So if you don't give them those types of questions, what naturally happens is we cannot conclude, we do not know for certain how much they have understood the text, and the comprehension questions would not serve the purpose. Thank you very much.